Okay, I'm gonna make it shorter since you don't have a pan, and we'll do a smaller one, okay?
This is the first time you've ever done that, huh?
Cut meat?
No, cutting. 3, 2, 1, catch it! Catch it! Oh my god, there you go! How long are your arms over there? You look like freaking Obama or something.
Chaotic yet lovable duo on Twitch, the story of Sketch and Cinna is anything but boring. But
You do this to me, but then I say something and you go, okay. Go ahead, what?
Cinna. Being Cinna or dating?
But before they were trending for their porch streams and matching inside jokes, they were beefing hard. And it wasn't the cute kind of banter. It was the type of tension that had fans wondering if the two even liked each other off camera. Before the two really blew up, they were just two streamers with really loud personalities. And people loved watching their collab streams. And at first, it worked. They weren't best friends, but every time they popped up on each other's streams, the numbers spoke. Their chemistry was hilarious, which made it perfect for clips. Cinna would flirt mid-rage, Sketch would lose his mind over small things, and the chat would eat it all up.
And you go, okay. Go ahead, what?
But there was nothing scripted about how they met. It started like most collabs do: mutual followers, shared Twitch circles, and a random hop-and-call moment that spiraled into 3-hour streams. They weren't planning to be a duo. They didn't even stream consistently at first. But every time they did, the views doubled, so they kept running it back. The internet noticed. The Cinna x Sketch fan edits started rolling in. People thought they were dating, secretly hooking up, or in some complicated situationship neither would admit, until one did. And instead of clearing it up, they played into it, teasing the camera, throwing Loki jabs, acting like exes on a FaceTime call. It was content gold, until the jokes started hitting a little too close to real. Because even when things seemed good on the surface, the cracks were already forming. Sketch would call Cinna flaky. Cinna would say Sketch wasn't consistent enough to keep a stream alive, but they'd laugh it off, or at least they used to. And that fake laughter, yeah, that didn't last very long. So the mess really started with a stream that should have just been another chill night. But Sketch had something on his chest, and he didn't wait long to air it out. He called up Cinna and tried to convince her to date him. Cinna couldn't directly say no, because she knew how it would crush Sketch. But Sketch kept pressing her. Cinna couldn't directly say no, because she knew how it would crush Sketch. But Sketch kept pressing her, making it look like she was into him too. And this turned into an actual fight. That fight went viral in hours. Everyone clipped it, commented on it, and turned it into content. But while the internet was enjoying this public humiliation, Sketch and Cinna were barely speaking. Then came the next hit, one that felt way more personal. Sketch and Cinna somehow reconciled and started streaming again. Cinna was still recovering from Sketch making her look like a gold digger. But then, during a cooking live stream, he straight up body-shamed Cinna, insinuating that she was fat, or in other words, blowing up. It was obvious from Cinna's face that she didn't expect this, but she had no choice but to keep going. After the stream ended, she finally realized what Sketch did to her. Cinna didn't let it slide. She fired back, saying the horrible things she'd do to him and his house as a revenge. People called him out on chasing numbers, riding her clout, and turning their collabs into pit stops for exposure. It wasn't even funny at that point because Cinna was hurt and probably done with Sketch. And that's when came the mess that nobody saw coming. Out of nowhere, Lacey went live and claimed he and Cinna had been dating. Just casually dropped it like it was common knowledge. Said they'd been talking for a while and implied there was more going on behind the scenes. But here's the deal. Cinna hadn't said a single word about him. She never mentioned him in her streams, not even as a joke. Fans immediately called cap. Some even said, she 100% has zero clue about this. And honestly, it didn't look like they were wrong. Cinna addressed it directly during a live stream, clearing the air about not dating Lacey, and even pressing her fellow streamer for getting too personal. But it seemed like this Lacey thing had put a successful dent on her chemistry with Sketch, because once again, they weren't actively streaming, and it seemed like they were even avoiding each other. And to make the matters worse, came Agent 00. Cinna appeared on stream with Agent 00, and their chemistry was undeniable.
No, people did say that.
He added the toes.
No, people said that.
Are you checking all those bangs to see which?
But you can't be gay because you're dating Cinna.
Yo, how many times are you gonna run the same?
At this point, it seemed like Cinna and Sketch have gone too far in their lives and there's no point of return for them. But that's when something really shocking happened. Because out of nowhere, Cinna and Sketch were back on stream together, laughing, roasting, and acting like the past few months of accusations and insults never happened. They came on a live stream together, and Cinna made it clear she wasn't here for any more disrespect. Sketch admitted he'd been too reactive in the past. They both seemed to understand that while the drama brought views, it also brought stress. From their smiles and side eyes, it seemed like their relationship was back on. But just when fans thought the beef was done and buried, the same old tension started creeping back in, just quieter this time. After a few weeks, Cinna called Agent 00 and she was fuming. She pressed him on why he and Sketch were fighting over who gets to have Cinna. Cinna wasn't happy.
Funny because you were getting accused of flirting with me and then you were obviously being like, nah, that.
It was embarrassing to say the least. And that was just the beginning of their soft launch beef. Because a few weeks later,
boyfriend after she cheated on me. And yes, she cheated on me.
he straight up accused Cinna of cheating. Cinna didn't respond directly, but she didn't deny anything either, and was obviously with someone in Japan, so Sketch wasn't half wrong. The beef was getting real, but one thing was pretty clear.
Sketch, no! Sketch, no! No, Sketch! No! No, Sketch! No!
All of their viral streams were together, so it made sense for them to stick together and document all their messy fights. That's what they started doing. But then, another stream came around, which raised a lot of questions about their relationship.
See?
Are you gonna try?
So you're making fat jokes, but I say that and then I'm wrong. Like, how is that?
She had a mini meltdown, saying that he still misses her. It was all fun at the end, and Sketch knew that too. They've been pretty solid since,
You see how I just have to hit one thing on the scroll wheel?
and subtle flirting. But Sketch is once again tuning into his mean girl energy because in their latest stream, he once again called Cinna out for being fat. Again, this was a joke.
Bro, that sounds great. I was, well, I'm not.
We all know it's toxic, and Sketch is doing it on purpose, because as toxic as it looks, it still works. Honestly, their streams don't show a perfect and polished relationship, and half the time, they're fighting or roasting each other. But that's what people love to see. Cinna and Sketch know exactly how to flirt with disaster, without completely blowing it up.
Okay, well, I'll get you back later.
Do we have a ladder?
I have technically never been up there, but I think we can get up there.
Their accounts are blowing up, and even their Reddit threads have insane comments. It's clear that what they do works. But how long do you think Cinna and Sketch will stay relevant before people start getting sick of them?